Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss an update from ETimes TV.
After PCOD, I started breaking out. I had a lot of acne on my skin, which I never did in my entire life. I never wore makeup. I would do something where my grandmom wouldn't change the channel. And she would watch it with her friends or with anybody. No, I don't take any sort of pressure, and I don't really, be it my weight, be it social media, be it anything. I don't like to do it because I have to do it. I do it for reasons. The reasons which actually convince me enough. I don't know, because I got my first show when I had 200 followers. I was very new. And then after my first show also, I didn't have more than 10,000 followers. And then after Muskan also, I had 50,000 followers. So I don't even remember actually. But then for me, it has never been that, I've got a role because of my followers. Because I think there are a lot of girls out there with greater number of followers than me.
Yesha, welcome to ETimes TV.
Hi, Yesha Rughani. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yesha, from the time you entered the industry, did you always aspire to become an actress?
Not really. I have a very filmy story which I have really, narrated a lot of times. So it wasn't really a plan, but it happened. And after it happened, I never wanted it to, I didn't want the dream to end. So yeah, it was very dreamy, very filmy. It just happened by chance.
What did it happen? Because I don't know. I really don't know. Can you?
Oh, you don't know? So,
yeah.
So I was a design student, and after I finished my graduation, I had this brand of mine called Craft Okay Please, which just started off like my hobby. From my hobby, I used to hand paint stuff, upcycle stuff, and all. So I had a stall in the little flea market in Bombay, in BKC. Yeah, in BKC. I used to keep traveling to cities, to Bangalore, to Delhi, to Jaipur, and Ahmedabad, and stuff like that for my flea markets. I was a stall owner, and I used to hand create stuff and put it up. So that was my business called Craft Okay Please. So one fine day in Little Flea, I met this fine woman, and she was at my stall, and she was a Gujarati, and I could connect with her through the language. And she seemed a little unwell, so I just told her to sit in the stall, gave her some water. I told her to relax, and then I told her that let me find you your way back to your daughter or whoever your family is with you. So then I spoke to her daughter, who was at some end of the whole flea market, and I knew the map because I was there since 2-3 days. So I walked her there, leaving my stall. And when I met the lady's daughter, she happened to be my first show's producer. So that was Kinnari Mehta. And when she saw me, I don't know what she saw. She just told me that, I want to thank you, and I want to thank you in a very different way. I see you fitting this role in my daily soap, and would you be interested? So my first reaction was like, are you serious? And then my second reaction was like, no, I've never done this before. I have done theatre in my school days. I used to love it. And I used to always say these dialogues in front of mirror just for fun, but I never really gave it a serious thought. And I told her, I can't converse in Hindi, but Gujarati ma baat karis, English I could, but not in Hindi. And then she's like, don't worry, I'll take care of all of that. If you want to, then, come for the audition and all that. So that's how it all started. And I went for the audition, and then in 3 days, everything just changed. The tables turned, and I signed the contract, and it was all like a dream.
So, what was your family's reaction when you told them that you have this kind of offer? Were they very, excited?
So honestly, first day when I went for the audition, I had not really told them, because my mother was here with me for the exhibition. My dad was in Rajkot, and I just said that I'm going aise ek jagah pe, because in Bombay. We are from Gujarat, and when people tell you that Bombay में condition है ये वो, not the very first thought comes to your mind that I don't know if it's real or fake or whatever. People don't believe it now.
Yeah.
So I went ऐसे कि तो देख लेंगे, मुझे तो नहीं लगता कैसे हो जाएगा. So I went, and then जैसे I went, फटाक से they did makeup, and then gave me this big script, हिंदी में इतना बड़ा dialogue. It took me 5-6 hours to even mug that up. I was like mugging it up. I couldn't remember that. And then ऐसे ही कुछ तो record करके I came back from there, and I was never expecting a call. Okay, but in the night at like 11:30, I got a call that, listen, come tomorrow. पूरा दिन लेके आओ, टाइम लेके आओ और अच्छे से आओ. And that's when I was like, okay, now I need to tell them.
Yeah.
So they were like, what are you saying? ऐसे नहीं होता है, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है, तुम गई हो, तुम्हें बुला लिया. I'm like, ऐसा ही है. And then I was like, okay, I'll go. My sister came along next day, and people saw it actually happening. And then my producer spoke to my mom, my dad in Gujarati. So they got very convinced that this fine Gujarati lady is talking, and so yeah, I think after that my parents never really stopped me from doing anything. They've always, I'm the only child, it's so loved and so pampered. They've always told me, do whatever you want. So again, they never really told me that don't, or nothing like that. They were so happy in whatever was happening. They're happy when I'm happy, and I was really happy. So yeah. Things just worked it out. I mean, everything just, I don't know, everything happened on its own, and in a very beautiful way.
Right. So when you back, the first show you backed was, completely the universe planned for you. But what about, after that show, did you face struggle to find the second project, or how was that phase? How was that journey? Was it a smooth sailing one, or you had your ups and downs?
By God's grace, it was a very smooth one, because what happened after my first show, I went back home. I was like, I need to be with my family. First show mein to, it was like, that was the very first time I entered in this lifestyle where you work for so many hours, because I had always been my boss. I had a brand, so I was like, no, I work when I want to. I don't work on weekends. But this was the very first time I had a schedule, like a proper one. I did not speak to my friends for the longest time. I met my family in 3 months, 4 months. I went home, slept on my bed after ages. So I was like, okay, I need a break. So after the first show, I wanted a big break. So I went to meet my friend in Calcutta, my college friend. I went to a few places here and there, and I was like, I'm not taking up auditions, this, that, nothing like that. So मैं पूरे उस zone में थी. I wanted to rejuvenate and take a break. But I think in a month and a half, I got this call from Muskan, and I was like, no. I don't want to do it, because I still need break. But then something about that girl, there were so many auditions, but something about this character, I was so pulled. I think universe always makes it happen. It's the plan of the universe. I was so pulled by this character that I was in Calcutta, and then I was supposed to go back to Bombay for a few days, then go back to Rajkot again. So meanwhile, I went to audition for this one, and I don't know, something just clicked. I just wanted to do it then.
Yeah.
I love narrating this girl's story because it was very different.
Yeah.
तो बस ऐसे ही दिल आ गया इस character पे. So that's why everything just happened. And then when I thought that I'll take a 6 months break, I started shooting in another 15 days. So I think it was hardly 2 months ka gap.
So as you said, you never aspired to be an actress, but once you became an actress, you shot to popularity. एक के बाद एक show, touch wood, luckily आपके shows के बीच में बहुत ज़्यादा gap नहीं रहा है. And once you became popular after the show and you earned fame, how's life been? And recognition मिलने के बाद कितनी life change हुई है या कैसा रहा है?
No change. I don't think anything has changed apart from the fact that now I have a medium where I can connect to people. I think apart from that, my life is the same. Obviously, the routines and the schedules change, working hours change. Biggest change is that I'm away from my mom and dad. But on the brighter side, I am with my family in Bombay as well. So nothing changed majorly. As a person, I grew and I learned a lot in this process. So yes, that's a part of life. You grow and you learn every day. But apart from that, I'm someone who loves to go to Tapri and have chai on a rainy day, who would go to a restaurant and who would just sit like this and eat. So nothing has changed otherwise. But yeah, just the small little things that, now I have this big fan family also to support me. First I had my family and now I have a bigger family who supports me. So I think it adds on to my confidence in life. It makes me happier. So yeah, that way a very good, positive, happy change has happened.
Yeah, but how does it feel to earn so much love and recognition?
Trust me, I never knew that you could be so happy with the love of people you've never even met in your life. I never really believed or understood how it works until and unless I witnessed it. And letters and so many things, heartwarming things they do. I am always on top of the world, on cloud 9 whenever people do such things for me, because I love to do things for people. I like to bring a smile on people's face. And oh my God, somebody's doing that for me. I can't handle it, okay? I am more of a giver. And when somebody does something for me, I say, oh my God, मैं क्या करूँ? So that has been happening constantly. People have been showering so much love that I freeze. That how do I react to this?
Right. And tell me, how do you manage to stay positive during this uncertain and unpredictable time, especially a time like pandemic?
So I think that looking at the other side, I am being able to make a difference in their life. They switch on the TV and even if it's for like 20-22 minutes, but if Zara or if Yesha as Zara is even bringing a little bit of a smile on their faces, or helping them fight the whole pandemic in any way, then that's what keeps me going. That is the biggest protein shake, that is what keeps me at it all the time. So yeah, it's the people and making their life nicer that makes me do this. That gives me that confidence.
But when your show started, pandemic में हमने बहुत देखा कि shows आए और फिर बंद हो रहे थे. आपका show भी pandemic के दौरान launch हुआ. Was there nervousness and anxiety कि show तो शुरू हो गया है, we are giving our best, but इतना unprecedented time है, हमें नहीं पता कि unpredictable time है कि कल क्या होगा, show बंद हो जाएगा यानी, because बहुत सारे shows बंद हो रहे थे. तो वो back of the mind as an actress, as a member of the family who's earning, वो nervousness था back of the mind?
Honestly, whenever you start something which you're really looking forward to, be it anything, be it a relation or be it work relation, anything beautiful that you're looking forward to, you definitely are a little nervous. But then again, I never really think about what is going to happen in future, because I let the future unfold itself. I take each day at a time. I don't think more about future, because I thought that I would be an entrepreneur, but I'm an actor. Everything changed in 3 days. So it does not go according to your plans. It definitely does not. Life does not go according to your plans. So I don't plan. I've stopped planning. Yes, of course. But then again, as I said, I am an only child and I'm so pampered. And every time, I've never had that thing that, my parents, I have to do something. So whatever happens is a bonus. Also, I have my own brand. So that way, I was always, I never had any
you were financially sound.
Yeah, so I'm not really, but yeah, I need to do this now. I need to be in front of the camera. So that thing was there, that I will miss being in front of camera if at all this does not go on for a long time. But then again, as I said, I never really thought much about it because I know that the universe is planning, and the universe is always listening. So even if you think a little bit of a negative thing, what if they catch it? So I don't really think.
But do you take the financial pressure aspect, Yesha? कि वो एक एक्टर का लाइफ इतना प्रेडिक्टेबल होता रहता है, when you your entire energy is into acting and you are totally जैसे आप पहले एंटरप्रेन्योर थे तो आपका ध्यान पूरा वहाँ था, बट आफ्टर बिकमिंग एन एक्ट्रेस कहीं ना कहीं आपका ज्यादा टाइम जो है वो आपका नया ऑक्यूपेशन, नया प्रोफेशन ने ले लिया है. एंड व्हेन थिंग्स डोंट गो योर वे एज पर, जब आप शो लेते हो वो अनप्रेडिक्टेबल होता है, बंद हो जाता है, सो वो आप फाइनेंशियल प्रेशर लेते हो कि आपका एक फिक्स्ड इनकम है जो एवरी मंथ आ रहा है एंड सडनली व्हाट इफ थिंग्स डोंट गो, यू टेक दैट प्रेशर?
So what happened was I was like, okay, I'm acting whole day, I'm busy. अब इससे ज़्यादा मैं क्या करूँ, मैं नहीं कर सकती. That's when the first lockdown happened and I was sitting home. Everybody was for a very long time. That's when I realized that I need to do something else as well, and that's how my new brand was born. So right now I'm, managing both the things. Trust me, it's so difficult because I remember नायिकाओं set पे जा रही हूँ, सुबह लैपटॉप लेके बैठी हूँ, I'm making those designs, I'm having those client meetings. Everybody on the set also know that break है या कुछ भी scene के बीच में मेरा लैपटॉप आ जाता है. So I am trying to balance the two. I always thought, initially I couldn't have done it because my entire focus needed to be here. I did not know Hindi. I wanted to learn my lines, but now, by God's grace, it's a little better. So I can afford to spare some time for something else. And yes, I would love myself to be working always. So yeah, this business is also one of the it is born because of this reason that as an actor your life is a little unpredictable. You wait for the best opportunities. So meanwhile, when one show or the other show, between that two shows, you have that time. So you obviously need to rejuvenate yourself and holiday and be with your family, make the most of it, but along with that keep yourself working as well. So that's why I started something else.
Yeah, and you also feel that there should be a backup plan. It's better to have a backup plan when you are an actor.
I think so. In fact, in life, I think, be it whatever profession, nothing is constant and nothing is predictable, right? So not just being actor. If it would have been something else too, then I would have said the same thing, that I like to do multiple things. I like to have more than one thing in my kitty. So yeah, that's why it's not just acting or actor. You should have a backup. Be it whatever.
Yeah. And how was you as a kid when you were in school? Were you a shy kid, a naughty one? How were you?
I was a very acha bachcha. Like I had this girl gang. We were not really not a first bencher kind of a thing. We were always the last benchers, but still at the same time we were acha bachchas also. And I used to, all these girl gang, we used to be not partying, but we used to have these sleepovers and we used to be like those kids ki bahut haste hain, bahar nikalo class ke, but then we still managed to score really well. And we were those kind of kids. I was always a gunda, like like hey types. So I had that gundi in me while in school, because I was in my hometown and it's a very cute little small place where everybody knows everybody perpetually. So everybody knew that ye to, if I see something wrong happening, weapons up. I'll be like, hey, where, what? So I was that kind of a person.
So you were famous
almost
in your school, in your class, in your school. You have been a famous kid.
See, I was always into extracurricular activities. I was a dancer. I used to be very good with recitation competitions. I used to, be master of ceremony for those competitions. So that way I was. People knew that this girl really likes to dance and sing and all that. So yeah. And then I was this house captain and all that. So yeah, that way.
You were popular. Yeah, people knew you.
People knew, yeah.
Yeah. So tell
People
me.
knew that this girl, Bolu Bolu girl, I was like this Kolu Molu girl with a big choti and with her, I say oiled hair. I used to always tell my mom, why do you do this to me? Jumpy karke, lambi choti. Now I know why, because that's why my hair is saved. But people used to know this girl, Bolu Molu girl with a choti who always wears a smile. That was my, definition. He always keeps smiling.
So how was your growing up years? As you said, Golu Molu. So was there any phase when you were, not very confident of your body and, you wanted to change it because there were criticism from people, or you enjoyed life?
I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I love my chocolates. I love my cheese. I love eating. I'm a big foodie and I love me Golu. I like me in any shape and form, trust me. So even when I put on weight and, if people tell me that you're conscious or this or that, no, I'm not. Because I can carry it well. I know it. So it's about loving yourself. Then only people will love you. So nobody ever really, brought that into my notice because I never brought it up. I was never conscious. In school also people used to say that, okay, how do you, like all your friends, they are all essay, and how you're the only one. तो ऐसा नहीं लगता कि jokes बनते हैं ये वो. मुझे तो कभी ऐसा लगा ही नहीं because I was always so happy and confident about it. I used to style myself. I was always into fashion. So I used to style myself for comedy and it never really mattered to me. I was happy.
But when you became an actress, did things change for you? Did you start taking yourself seriously, your weight seriously, or were you told कि screen पे वैसे भी आप थोड़े से plump लगते हो तो reduce करो, एक certain diet follow करो?
So when Kinnari met me, at that time I was already in a good shape. I was already in a so-called good shape, like what people would say good shape. So I was not Golu anymore. I was so when I went to college, things changed because I am more of a home food person. So when I went out, I was not as foodie as I used to be because I used to eat home food, ghar ka khana and all that. So Pune Gayi and we used to travel to college, we used to walk, save money. So that's when, by default,
lifestyle change.
Lifestyle change majorly. So a lot of things changed in college and naturally whatever happened. So yeah, that's when I saw myself, okay, I look nice like this as well. So then I maintained that, and then there was this one phase where I was just detected with PCOD and I was said that you need to watch your weight. So because of health reasons, I got active. I got into fitness. And then I went to the gym and I did yoga every morning. My parents used to do yoga. I never woke up. I was like, nah, I'm not. But then I started doing that as well. And then when I met Kinnari ji, I was already fit.
But now you watch what?
So what happens are phases. If I'm going through this phase where I completely am in that phase that I want to eat. So I eat. I put on weight. And then I get into that fitness wala zone again. So you would see, like, 2-3 mahine I will be like proper. Then 1 mahina beech mein acha again. She's put on, then again. So I like to do that. It's fine because I can't do something for a very long time. So theek hai. I live my life. I enjoy. Because if you give me one whole cake, I would finish it up. So I obviously can't afford to do it. So what happens is that I know I schedule it. Then okay, ये 1 महीना 2 महीना खाने का, फिर ये 3-4 महीना वापस से be careful. So I try to balance, and I also think that intermittent has become my lifestyle. So eating in between that eating window shouldn't really harm that much.
And how after, as you said, things changed after you were detected with PCOS. How did things change for you? How did your lifestyle change after that? Because उससे भी काफी complications आपके body में काफी सारे changes आते हैं, काफी सारे complications होते हैं.
So the biggest change was I was never about shape and weight. But after PCOD, I started breaking out. I had a lot of acne on my skin, which I never did in my entire life. I never wore makeup ever in college or whatever. I always had very healthy, good skin. And after my first show also, there was this phase where I had extremely bad acne issues, breaking out like crazily. I still have those pictures, and when I see them, I'm like, oh no. So that's when I started cutting down on sugar, and then I thought that, okay, no. Because when I'm working, we put makeup every day. So there's acne, then there's sweating, then there's touch up, and then there's makeup, and then there's dust, there's wind when you're shooting outside, light, and then umber powder or whatever, 100 various things. So all of that together, imagining this only makes me like, oh no. So that's when I was like, okay, if not for the body, the skin, the hair, everything, I need to take care of it. So that's when things changed.
I read somewhere that you worked as a stylist for Priyanka Chopra and all. Is that true?
That's absolutely true. I was working with Ami Patel. I was assisting her. I was actually interning, honestly. So I was studying fashion communication in Simbi, Pune, and this was a part of our degree project. Summer degree project. I think this was summer project where we were supposed to take up an internship after the third year. And I took styling as my majors. So I assisted Ami Patel for a month and a half, I think. Yeah. So Ami Patel was styling Priyanka, she was styling Alia, she was styling Madhuri. So yeah, I was a part of that. It was a bit of a journey.
आपको तभी signal मिल गया था that where your life is going to take you.
So after that also I worked as a fashion stylist for a magazine, and I worked as a fashion writer for Tata, Jabong and all of that. And when I was actually, when I was assisting Ami and when I was working as a stylist now, I used to stand outside the vanity doors and I used to always fancy it. I was like, oh my God, wow, these vanities are so cool. I used to like wait कि ऐसा कोई मौका मिले कि मुझे अंदर जाने मिले. What if she forgets a bag, then I can go give it and I can see the vanity. I want to be there, and their names on the vanity. I used to fancy that. I used to love that. And then one fine day when I actually went for my promo shoot, I still remember Jeet Gayi to Piya More's promo Ramdev Studio mein, second number floor pe. I saw this vanity. That was the first vanity which said my name, and I was like, oh my God. I took pictures, I sent it to my parents, I sent it to my friends that, oh my God, look. So yeah.
So who were you most excited meeting during your internship period? कौन से सेलिब्रिटी से मिलके आप बहुत खुश हुए थे, और किसके लाइफस्टाइल ने या किसके वर्क ने आपको बहुत इंस्पायर किया है?
Working with Priyanka was a different experience. I saw her aura and I was just so mesmerized by her confidence, and she was a workaholic. She was and she is one. And I saw her and I was like, wow, what a confident lady. But obviously, Madhuri ji was very humble and kind. So there was like different various experiences, and I wanted to meet Ranbir Kapoor. And my stylist wasn't styling Ranbir Kapoor, and I love Ranbir Kapoor. So I always craved that, I want to meet him. And one day, I think we were sourcing something in Pali Hill, and we were just like, I was there and the stylist assistant was there and he was standing next to me and I was there. He went to the store. I had these bags and I see samne se achanak se some Activa pe white shirt mein this guy is going. I was like, oh, how, wow. So hot, this guy is. And I was like, wait, this is Ranbir Kapoor. And then I was like, no, I'm just dreaming. And then I asked Sanjay, I asked him that, who, I just saw somebody and I think it was him. Like, yeah, it could be him. I think it is him. Like, because he hadn't seen. So I said, ऐसे बाइक में थोड़ी होगा वो ऐसे एक्टिवा पे. Like, हाँ, उसमें क्या है, वो उधर ही उसका घर है, आगे वो हो सकता है. Something he said, like some relatives place or his. So I was like, I actually saw him. So I went like gaga. I had my fan moment. Though I couldn't see him well, and I was not sure if it's him. But then I was like, yay!
Yeah, but talking about now that you are part of this industry and you're taking one show at a time and doing a great work. What about doing web or doing bold roles? Are you open to it, Yesha? Because you never planned this journey. You were taking each step, each show as it comes. But what about future? Are you open to doing bold content? Are you open for web? Are you open for skin show? What is your take?
I would do something where my grandmom wouldn't change the channel. And she would watch it with her friends or with anybody. So yeah, I would do something where my father and my grandmom would be comfortable in. Now I don't know उसका क्या definition है और किस हद तक है क्या है, but whatever it is, I'll make sure that whatever I'm doing, they are comfortable with it. So that is my only priority. They shouldn't be changing the channel. They should see me. They should watch me. So that is my invisible line that I've drawn. And yeah, that's how I operate.
But personally, do you have any reservations when it comes to doing or taking up roles?
Honestly, I am a family girl. I am all about family. So some decisions I never even think about what I want. I always think about what my process. My brain is accustomed to thinking in that particular way. So when it comes to this now, the only thought that comes to my mind is my family. उसके बाद कोई thought ही नहीं आता है. So then there's no my take. It's always our take. I don't have a take when it comes to such things. That's how I am.
Right. And what about dressing up? Are you conscious about what do you wear in TV shows or in ad, or if tomorrow you do a film, are you conscious about what you will be wearing on screen? Like, are you?
I would definitely.
Are you doing a bikini? Wearing a bikini on screen, or carrying it on screen?
Again, that depends upon what is it and how required is it. Also, again, the family thing comes up, and I would make sure that I would everything is fine. And I'm not really sure about the bikini though, but I would wear one on a holiday with my family. I'm okay with it, but I'm not sure if they're okay with it, or if I am okay with it wearing it on screen. So I'm not yet confident about that, to be very honest. But apart from that, I don't really have those reservations.
Right. And who are you most comfortable talking or sharing it out, your feelings with? Or are you a private person?
I am a very private person. I have so many secrets that will go in my grave. No, not a soul would know about it. But still, like, the major chunk of my life, my secrets are safe with my sisters. My sisters are my best friends. I tell them everything, and we have this beautiful bond. So yeah, it's the sisters always. They are my best friends.
And as we were discussing about your business, what motivated you to take up a different kind of because as you said कि आप जो पहले एक और बिजनेस कर रहे थे जब आप स्पॉट हुए थे बाइकनरी में था, और उसके बाद जब आपने ये बलून्स का भी बिजनेस किया, they are very different. It's not a very common thing to think about and actually get into it. What inspired you?
Right. So as I said that it was last year during the pandemic. I was sitting in Rajkot, my sister was sitting in Bombay, and we were always talking to each other on video call in the night, and just like one fine day, she was really, really gloomy. I was very sad because obviously, we had those days during lockdown when we didn't know anything, when we didn't know what to do. So both of us were very depressed and we didn't know what to do. And then, because when she's sad, I cheer her up, and I'm sad, she cheers me up.
Yeah.
So we were like, what? Both of us are so dull today. And then she is like, oh wait, and then she just managed to tell my mom, and something that कि पुराना कोई balloon पड़ा हो तो, because she knows that balloons bring a smile on my face. And since childhood, as she used to always draw a balloon seller, and I used to give her a balloon and she used to give me balloons, so we used to always smile and laugh when we see balloons. So she managed to tell my mom and get some normally जुगाड़ वाला balloon को tie करके and draw करके smiley उसके ऊपर to me, and I was like, ah. So that small gesture got a big wide smile on my face. And that's when we started thinking that, okay then, this is air-filled happiness, 100% air-filled happiness, and we could actually bring and gift a smile to a lot of people whoever feel the same for balloons the way we do. And we were like, okay, even if there's 1%, then to we have our clients. And then bas aise hi, one conversation led to the other, and a midnight conversation, and then balloon started.
And as you said, Yesha, that you were not very much into social media and you don't take that too much seriously. But being an actor, आजकल काफी बहुत ज़्यादा बोलते हैं कि pressure भी हो गया actors पे to stay active on social media. Do you take that pressure of being active on social media?
No, I don't take any sort of pressure, and I don't really, be it my weight, be it social media, be it anything. I don't like to do it because I have to do it. I do it for reasons. The reasons which actually convince me enough, which actually I think I would approve of those reasons, then only I do it. So when it comes to social media, as I said, that I do it for my fans and only them, not because I'm told to. Because if that was the case, then I would have been making 100 reels by now. So I only do, it should convince me, and I should answer myself that okay, I did this for what? Because if I can't tell myself that I did it because I had to do it, no, that's not what makes me happy.
But there is an advantage. But there is an advantage of being active on social media because you get a lot of assignments. आजकल social media से भी काफी पैसे बन रहे हैं लोगों के, especially celebrities. And also apart from that, you are judged on the number of followers you have. काफी बार you are offered projects on the basis of how popular you are on social media. Do you think कि कहीं ना कहीं when you are not active on social media, you are left behind in that race? Do you take that?
Does it happen? I don't know, because I got my first show when I had 200 followers. I was very new, and then after my first show also I didn't have more than 10,000 followers, and then after Muskan also I had 50,000 followers. So I don't even remember actually, but then for me it has never been that I've got a role because of my followers, because I think there are a lot of girls out there with greater number of followers than me. I think whatever I have bagged till now has solely been on the auditions that I've given, or the first one definitely was a different story altogether. But after that, it has just been my auditions, my talent. So I don't think that doesn't happen to me abhi tak, and I hope it doesn't. But I think there's no harm in having a big fan population and a big fat number on your page, that okay, these many millions. It's a good thing, because ऐसे ही नहीं हो जाता है. I have seen people, I've seen my co-actors put in like blood and sweat to make that content. So I think they deserve it because they've worked for it. I only do work where which I'm convinced with. So I am not, that's not me. Otherwise I would have done it. It's a very good thing to do. I'm never against it. Somebody wouldn't like to do a business side by side. I wouldn't like to do this side by side. This is an altogether different assignment in life for me. Right. So I would rather do Vroom Vroom Balloon, because that is where creativity for me. So this is also creativity. People like to create content, and I create balloons, I create designs. So creation is the same thing, but how you imply is different. So they do it this way, I do it this way. So I think it's to each its own. Yeah. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just not meant for me.
Yeah. But with social media, there are a lot of negativity and, trolling, body shaming happening, especially with actresses. It happens a lot. Have you ever come across such negativity or criticism or comments, and how have you dealt with it?
Honestly, thank God, but I have never really encountered something like this. ऐसे मेरे को कभी नजर में आया नहीं है मेरे बारे में. And if I see it happening to somebody else, I would definitely not like it. But I think maybe I'm not that active. That's why I've never come across something like that. But I think, pata nahi, it's just the universe which did not let me encounter something like this, and I'm glad it did not happen.
Any message to fans, Yesha?
So many messages to fans because I love them, and they keep me grounded. They make me fly and they keep me grounded. It's such a contrast, na? But they do it. They manage to do it, and they make me cry and they make me smile. Again, it's a big contrast. I have tears of joy and I have a big wide smile. So yeah, they bring out the contrasts in me, and I am really thankful and grateful to have them. Majorly, there are a lot of things that I do only for them.
Thank you so much, Yesha. It was lovely talking to you. All the best.
Same.
Keep up your, positivity alive. Keep that going always, and take care of yourself.
You too. Take care. Lovely talking.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.